Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please be joined today by Christi MacLaren with the American Red Cross. She's the Disaster Preparedness Coordinator for Southern Oregon. Christi, great to meet you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, my pleasure. So you're implementing a program called the Pillowcase Project. What exactly are we talking about here?
So this is a project that was taken in after Katrina. A group of people noticed that college students had been evacuating, and what they had used was a pillowcase to stuff all of their items that were of importance to them as they evacuated. Disney sponsored us this year, and now this project Pillowcase is implemented throughout the country with American Red Cross and all of the volunteers that it takes to go into the communities and educate our elementary students that are in third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade. And it teaches them how to be prepared for an emergency, what things that they would need for an evacuation, the reasons why, the disasters that might be critical in their community. It also gives them a sense of empowerment to know what to do and how to handle an emergency. We have volunteers that go into the schools that have been trained, and they teach the children the disasters that could happen in their community, how to handle it, also how to cope in a disaster, such as breathing techniques and imagery. And so then they're able to take the pillowcase that they make and take it home and really just practice what they've learned and then be able to share that with their family. So the American Red Cross is hoping that we can implement this throughout our community through the after-school programs, through YMCA, through different organizations and all of the schools in our communities, so that we can get this education to the littles and have them be more prepared so that our community in general is prepared. For example, with the wildfires that we had last summer, people were put on notice for evacuations, and this would be something for the children to take home, make an evacuation plan, and really have more empowerment and be ready for an emergency.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Okay.
We'll have much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. We're going to hear with Christi MacLaren from the American Red Cross. We're talking about this pillowcase project. You've emptied the pillowcase a little bit and thrown some of the items on the table. What are you recommending kids do in a disaster and prepping for this?
So what we'd like the kids to know is that you should always have a first aid kit. You should always have a flashlight, an AM/FM radio with extra batteries, toothbrush, toothpaste, something cuddly. When you're going through a disaster, it's really important to have something that makes you feel good, some snacks in there, coloring book when you're sitting possibly in our Red Cross shelters, something for the children to do, and then we also give them an informational packet they can take back to their parents so they can make plans further than that.
Okay, yeah, that's great. And so how are you getting the word out? I mean, are you visiting schools and presenting this to the children?
Yeah, we're visiting schools and letting the principals and the superintendents know, sending out emails that give instructions on how it meets the criteria for the educational purposes, how they can, the teachers can have resources, and really just getting the word out.
Sure, okay, and how can people get more information about, a list, if you will, or other things they can do to prep and find all this?
Sure, they can send me an email at christi.maclaren@redcross.org. They can also look under American Red Cross for the Pillowcase Project and get more information as well.
Perfect. Well, great to meet you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Stay with us. We'll be right back.